Okay, welcome everybody to Coffee and Art in the Morning. I'm just playing in one of my abandoned altered books with some paint right now. And not quite sure where we're going with it, but yeah, so painting here. And I'm gonna dry this. I haven't seen that movie since the 80s, Button. I don't think I've maybe rewatched it once, maybe in the 90s or whenever it came out. Yeah, I think it was the 80s. So if you're watching this on YouTube, it's Friday and it's just impromptu. My Fridays are impromptu because I never know for sure if I'm going to stream on Fridays. And I'm just kind of flipping through and playing in this book here, Forgotten Heritage. I got this one here because it's propping up the cover so it doesn't lie flat. I mean, it doesn't sink in because there's a glare with the window. Still a little glary. But let's see here. So that's what I was doing, just kind of flipping through. Let's maybe we could zoom in one, readjust the focus, focus. Let's try to, there we go. There we go. So yeah. But I'm thinking this looks like a mermaid. I don't know what it is. It's just like some crumbly stuff there. This whole thing is just a crumbly something. And I just painted all this down here. But that reminds me of like a mermaid is diving down. So I'm going to just play with that idea. Let me get a brush here. So if there's anything y'all want to see or do, let me know, because I have no plans today. I just pulled this book out for the heck of it. See how this looks like a mermaid tail? This is almost like a side view there. Get a little thicker. Doesn't that look like it looks like to you? I don't know. It does to me. A mermaid diving down right there. It's totally a mermaid. Oh. So we'll just play in this book and see where it goes. I think I need some stars up in here. Like you can see, like this is an opening here. So I'll just water this paint down a little here. A little bit of it anyway. It doesn't have to be the whole thing, because I might still want some. And let's see, where's my softest brush I have right here. I don't really have a soft one right here. Let's see. Here's one. Let's get a soft brush. And the thing is this is slick. I don't have any matte medium on it, but if I put some stars on here, and if I catch it right, before it dries, I can wipe away where I don't want it, as long as I get it before it dries. Otherwise, you'd need matte medium on here to prevent prevent it from drying where you don't want it. Something like that looks pretty good. And then you can always take your Posca and add some more. Because I haven't glued anything down. I don't know if I'm going to matte medium anything or if I'm just going to flip through the book today and play with some markers and paint in it. Something like that. I could put a planet in there. The rare albino mermaid. That's right. That's right. Let's dry. Let me make sure. This is going to take a minute to dry because it's like blobs of paint. A mermaid ghost, twinkle toes. Yeah, there you go. And good to see you, Twinkle Toes. It's been a while. I think that's dry. So I'll probably do a flip through this book and maybe the other altered books that we alternate working in. So before I hit record, I did lay out a page. I don't know where it is. I did lay out a page. It was inside of a building looking out the window. Here it is. You were looking out the window. And so what I did is I put little bits of collage. I just tacked them down for now. I just, put with a glue stick, just tacked them in until I get, matte medium in there. But you can see it was just a bunch of windows. And I just put bits of collage in them. See? So, but I don't know if I feel like matte medium and all that right now. I'm just kind of flipping through and playing with paint and markers. And, I'll come back to it. But I really like that. Now, I do have some extra paint right here. I'll have to find a place to use it. Look at this broken window, though. Isn't that cool? Like, let's just play here. Like, if you really... And this right here, I would paint out. Like, here, let me go ahead and do that. I paint out the text and the borders. And I really should put a piece of paper behind that because it's easy to glue your pages together if you don't have wax paper. And then what I can do, maybe I'll do a hard edge here because of these other window edges, so that would probably work. Most time I would blend that in so you couldn't tell where one ended and the other began. But because of these broken window panes, I think I will just do a harsh edge. And just make it a whole window, right? So we're just going to play with some different ideas. If you've never done an altered book, make sure you find a book subject that you enjoy. Like, I love abandoned, altered places, but, altered places. I like to alter abandoned places, but if you don't like abandoned pictures, like broken down buildings and abandoned places, then you won't enjoy doing an altered book. I'm just going to kind of go right over the edge there, and then I'll take my baby wipe and make it straight. You won't enjoy it. You have to pick a book with a theme that you're going to like to work in, or you won't stick with it. Because if you want to do a full book, like eventually I'd like to finish all 3 of my abandoned books. I have 3 of them I'm working in. But if you don't enjoy the book, you're not going to finish it. And I'll do a little flip of, I've done it probably about a month ago, but I'll do another flip of the abandoned books I'm working in. And now I can carry this over to there too. I can carry that across. Okay, so let's do this. See, I really need a piece of wax paper there because I'll end up gluing that together. If you have any questions, put them in caps. Oh, okay, Twinkle Toes. Well, I'm glad you're here today. And again, I'll kind of do this kind of as straight as I can, but I'll straighten it up with the baby wipe. And this is slick paper. There's no matte medium on it yet. I haven't glued anything to this page or anything, so or prepped it with matte medium, so it's all slick. So, you know, you can kind of wipe away while it's slick. But if you have matte medium on it, you can wipe away it even better, really, because matte medium puts a coating on the page. So, let's see if I can do this left-handed right here. There we go. With a gardening book. Yeah, I thought about that, Cass. I thought about doing a gardening book. I have some gardening magazines that I've worked in, but a whole book, I don't know. It'd have to have a lot of windows, doors, gazebos, you know, brick walls, or, you know, something. Not just flowers and trees, because I like buildings and things like that. So it would have to have more in it for me than just plants and flowers. So it'd have to be just the right kind of gardening book. Because like I said, if you don't like the book, you're not going to stick with it. All right, let's just go ahead and go across the whole. Okay. And I do plan eventually when I, and I do a couple here and there, varnish the pages in the book. So I will eventually varnish all the pages in my abandoned books when they're done, or as I go. Sometimes I do them as I go, and sometimes, more often than not, I don't varnish them at the time just because I don't have time. But all right, let me dry this real quick. Hello, Teresa, Wendy. I think I said hi to Button. So now back to what I was going to do. Let's see, where's my baby wipe here? It might be getting too much black in it. I might have to get another one. Okay, there's a little spot there. So I'm thinking taking some of this and bringing it over. So let's see here. Might be able to be easier to do with my fingers, but now see where it's matte right here. It's not going to come away. You won't be able to get it completely off because you got matte paint there. Something like that. I might be able to get in the little crevice better with the brush, or the ditch of the book, I should say. You know, the spine. There we go. All right, now let me kind of smooth it out a little. There we go. So now I'm going to make this like a 2-page spread. This one is not Abandoned Places. This one's the one Eileen sent me, Forgotten Heritage. It's an abandoned book, but it's not the abandoned book. I'm working in 3 different abandoned books. All right, I need a fresh baby wipe. That was all. I'll show them here in a minute. Of course, you can always paint over something. Like if I didn't like where it was going or something, I could just paint it out black again. But if it had matte medium on it, I could wipe it back. Okay. But I just kind of wanted to play here today. All right, so now let's go back to the thing here. Let's go all the way across. Maybe under that one. And across here. There we go. There we go. Now, let's get some white. Maybe make it a little more cloud-like, more cloudy, more clouds. I gotta have it connect right there. Yeah, I'm working in my Heritage one today. It's so slick. It does, you know, it's kind of got to put it on kind of thick there to make it show up on the slick paper. In different books, you're going to have different issues. Okay, so now I want it to cut right through that window. There we go. Like that. Like it's coming under that one. Okay, let me dry that. There's our mermaid tail right there, Pacola. Thank you, Terry. I'll just flip through and I'm just stopping where I feel like it. You know, I'm not trying to finish a page today. I mean, I may find something I want to finish, but right now I'm just kind of flipping through. This one especially, I have a lot of things just kind of stuck down. So we'll do a flip here. Dangerous sight, keep out. And so, like, here's a lot of text on this page. What I would do on this page is just totally paint this out. You know, I just haven't done as many, you know, whiting out or blacking out in this book as I have in the others. But, like, look how this is coming in here. So this inspires me to pick up the white paint and, you know, exaggerate that. And maybe swirl it. It's hitting right there, but then it's swirling back out that window. Something like this. See? And then maybe it's coming back around this way. I need more white. The page is so slick. I have to really, you know, I can't put a thin coat. It has to be almost a heavier coat to get it to show up. Something like that. Maybe it's coming in through there. Like that. Up this way, out there. Like that. I think I want it coming down just a little further, right to there maybe. Maybe there's, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Just a little fuzz, there we go. You like that, guys? All right, now let me add just a little bit of the teal and it'll really show up. And it could be any color, you know, it doesn't have to be teal. I just have that sitting here. And then maybe a little bit more down here. Like that. Okay, let me dry this. And I'm just going to flip pages and stop where I feel like it. Just going to be a play day. Play in my book day. So I haven't got much done in this book. I have a couple pages finished. But like over here's the content. See, I'll paint all this out. And I'll probably, what I would do is make it look like this is part of it. So let's go ahead and stop and do that. I got this book here just to prop this up. So otherwise it lays, you know, like that down. Okay, so let's see what colors probably need. I'll need a little more white. And then some, like a Payne's gray, or I think it's called uniform blue. A couple of grays. I have my window open, guys, so we're going to hear things going on out there. Maybe, I don't know if Prussian blue might be too. I'll put a little bit out because it may work. And then some gray. Let's go with Cloudy Day. This is one of their, in the new bottles. No, this is, that's folk art. Where's the deco art and the new deco art? Here it is. See how the new label right there? They got the label here as opposed to, here's the old one. Here's the old label, here's the new label. It's the same paint. So if you see this right here, that's the new paint. Sometimes, you know, I have a lot of this still. I haven't replaced all my colors because I'm, you know, using them. But this is what the new label looks like. It has a big deco art. It's the same paint. You want to make sure you get matte. Do not get satin. They have a satin line. Don't get satin or gloss because you can't pencil on top of that. Okay, so let's see here. Maybe this baby wipe will still work. Oh, let me put a piece of wax paper here on this side. Let me see what this blue does. It's too blue. Okay, so that's too, I need it more grayed down. Let's try this one. Where is it? Where is it? I'm looking for that. It's the uniform blue, I think is what it's called. Yeah, uniform blue. And then maybe a little black. Let's put a little bit of uniform, a little black. And we're going to try to emulate those clouds going all the way across. We're going to work it. Another baby wipe. Don't do a lot of baby wipes. Okay, so let's see. So what I'm going to try to do is get a couple colors on my baby wipe. See? Now, if it's not the exact same color, then what I'll do is I'll make this cloud work for me. In other words, I'll go into here and turn these clouds into what I want them to be. Let me get in there with my finger. And your finger just really works well. Clean it off. Blend it in. All right, so now, where's my wax paper? There it is. I'm going to come all the way across here. And this is, I'm putting this on pretty thick, guys. It's pretty thick. Don't, you know, and you learn as you do it how thick you have to put the paint on. And it's going to depend on if your book is slick, if you have matte medium. Move up my sleeve. I don't want this shirt to be. Okay, so I accidentally drug my baby wipe through that, and it's looking kind of like rain. I think I'm going to go with that. Look how that just kind of worked there. Okay. All right, so let's... I just right now really concentrating on covering up all the text. So let's get that done first. just going to cover up all the text, and then I can go back on there with more definitive clouds and stuff. All right, so what that just did is get the slickness off and the text off. So I'm going to dry this, and then we're going to put another layer. Hold on, it's not done. We have paints of Deco art here too, but the name is simply acrylics instead of Americana. Any craft paint will work, guys. I just like Americana for their colors and things, but any of these craft paints are fine for your altered book. And I'm not adding collage right now. You know, most of the time I add collage. I'm just flipping and playing. Okay, so now I'm going to make sure my sleeves are rolled up here. All right, so now let's find a spot here. Get back in the blue and maybe the lighter here. Let's see what we can do right here. A little white. A little white. In the ditch there. And what I'm just kind of doing is trying to integrate, you know, this side with this side. I think I'll do some with my finger here. I have to get in there with the brush right in the ditch. I had this side propped up on the lappy. I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry. Okay. And I'm going to come bring the clouds right over the top of this. So just using my hands. Oh, thanks, guys. It's just, don't be afraid. Try it. Try playing like this. If it doesn't work, it's like, oh, well, just paint it all over and start all over again. And then down here, we might have water splashing up. That. It needs a little something right there. It's just not. There we go. So there's a start right there. Okay, let me dry this, and then I'll wash my hands, start a new color. I get Abandon America, but can't bear to paint in it. So I'm reading it. Yeah, I read it. I've read all of them, all three of them, or not, maybe not cover to cover, but I've read big chunks of them. So, yeah. It needs a little light right there. Hubster read one of them. I forget which one it was. Maybe it was the one Connie sent. Okay, so there. Let me go wash my hands and blow my nose. Now I'm sneezing and okay. Hang on, guys. Let me wash my hands. All right, let me dry this one. Take a sip of my full cup of coffee that's going cold. I know, Terry. And we both love that show, Abandoned, don't we? Okay, let me dry this. You want to make sure it's dry, especially when the paint's thick, because you close your book and it'll stick if it's not dry. Thanks, Leah. And we could do a little bit of rain effect here. Hang on. Take our white Posca and we can do some like and keep it so less is more when you do something like this. It gives it a cool effect, but if you don't want to overdo. And I am going over on my paint here, so I'm going to kind of keep cleaning off my tip because it'll gunk up. Maybe a little over here. Just kind of smear it in. Thanks, Terry. You like it? Terry goes, oh, that looks cool. This one might be farther away. So. There we go. Maybe that's enough, Thanks, guys. All right, so I'm going to hit this with the heat gun, and we'll turn the page. I'm just going to play a little on, we can put some lightning bolts in here, a little bit of lightning flash. Might be nice. If you hear what's happening here is I'm propping this side up on Lappy, and then when I move the book, it goes bam. Let me move this calendar out of the way. Too much on my desk here. Hang on, let's fix the cords so I don't unplug. There we go. Okay. All right, so now we're going to just keep flipping. Thanks, guys. I try to show you all kinds of cool things to do. Again, this one painted all out. This, all right, now let's see. And I'm just going with what's coming to me. I mean, I'm not really giving it a lot of thought. You really want to give it more thought, you know, but I'm just kind of rolling with it. Okay, so I'm going to go with this uniform blue and white. And I'm just thinking that, and it is at an angle, so I'll just go with the angle. Let's just get it kind of laid out here first. And again, I would take this all the way across the other page if I painted that out. Okay? But I'm thinking that this could be a good star. And I'm going to dry it, and then I'll put the white on top. If I try to put white on top of it right now, I'm going to smear the blue. And I kind of want the blue there. And what I'll do is in the middle here, stars in there. And now let's pick up the white. And when I do this, I'm mashing the paint into my baby white. Kind of mashing it in. I'll get a chunk of it on here, and then I'll go back with maybe Posca. I think we have the right idea of our first house, but talk yourself out of it? Well, you don't talk yourself out of it. You gotta try. All right, now I'm gonna dry that, and then I'll go in there with the Posca a little bit. I gotta turn it so I can do a straight line. Can't do a straight line at an angle. See, I'm picking up the dried paint of the acrylic, so you got to kind of be careful. You want to keep cleaning the tip off so you don't gunk up your Posca. See, I just scratched some off there. There's no matte medium on this page, so I'm kind of limited on some things I can do because matte medium makes everything better. And this last one, let's turn it this way. And you don't have to, I could use a paintbrush and the acrylic paint instead of this. Probably would have been better. But, there we go. Something, something like that. Connie. Okay. All right, let me dry this and we'll turn the page. We could throw on some other stars and things, but I think it's very dramatic just to have the stars right there. Okay, now let's turn the page. So you could do kind of the same thing on this one. There's another one. And on the little pages like this, what I like to do, either make them like a window or just paint out the grid, paint out the division, and turn them into, all together. You can just get rid of the grid and make your piece look like it's all one. Oh, look at that. Oh, baby. Okay, first let's paint out the background. I'm not even collaging, I'm just painting. All right, let's see. Let me get my brush over here. Oh, that's my floppy brush. I want a flat brush. Here we go. This one will work. All right, so first let's get rid of the white border. And sometimes, this real glossy, it may take you 2 coats. There's no water in this black paint, but I can still see a little bit of the paper through it. So as soon as this dries, I could put another coat. It dries almost immediately without any water in it. Okay. All right. Let's kind of blend that in with my finger. All right, now, why do I keep thinking of the Planet of the Apes? I don't know. I guess it could be it could be a lot of different movies like sci-fi and things like that. I love sci-fi. I grew up on sci-fi, the old sci-fi, Asimov, Heinlein, that kind of sci-fi. I think sci-fi when it kind of went fantasy. Nothing wrong with fantasy. Don't email me, people. But, when fairies and dragons started flying through space, it was like, yeah, that's not science fiction to me. It's more, and I think they ended up calling it more fantasy later, but it was like they're integrating kind of odd things, and it just didn't, I kind of got lost in the sci-fi when it went that direction. Creatures that are like, I don't know. There's creatures in sci-fi, but it's not the same. And it could be totally different now. I haven't kept up with it. Let's be honest. I haven't kept up with it. So, all right. Drying. I watched the last Planet of the Apes, not this newest one, but the other ones before that. What I really liked the first, I'm not sure which one it was. Was it the first movie remake of them? The music, oh my gosh, the music is awesome on that one. And I can't tell you who did it or anything. Hubster probably could. Let me clean up this. But the music is awesome. Okay. Yes, Mystery Science Theater 3000. I love that. I love Mystery Science Theater. The old ones. I mean, there's, I just like the TV, version. The one with, no, not that one. No, not the new one, Terry. Um, I think it was the newest first one on at remake. Mm, I don't know if I could find it. Where's my phone? And I only can play a second of it because of copyright issues. You know what I mean, Vern? Let's see. All right, my phone's charged up. Or I could wait till the break, or wait till we're finished here and then play it for you. But let's see. Let me just go to YouTube. Search. Music. No, let me do Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes movie. I don't remember what it was called. Hubster would know what that one was called. Does anybody here know which one it is? The Planet of the Apes. It came out maybe, I'm guessing, 10 years ago, and I could totally be wrong on that. Plus movie, music score. I don't know if it was Dawn, Rise. Let me just text Hubster real quick. Which new Planet of the Apes movie had that cool music? He'll know what I mean. He reads my mind. Oh, the Apes movie had that cool music. Okay, I'll wait for him to answer. Okay, I'll wait for him to answer. Okay, so all right, so what I wanted to do on this was right here is my white misty stuff coming through. And then y'all can go listen to the whole score. I'll just play it. I'll just find it for you. He's answering. He's typing. Hang on. He said it's the one with Mark Wahlberg, but I want the name. I could look it up by Mark Wahlberg, but don't want to get paint on my phone. I know people are probably watching the recording going, it's this, it's this, it's this. You put Planet of the Apes. It's wait, what's so far? I want my. Was it Dawn? Let's see. Let me give him a. Sorry, guys. It's live. Dawn of. There's another one. What was the other one? Rise of. Maybe it was just the Planet of the Apes. Maybe he's saying that's why he's telling me it's the Planet of the Apes. Because it's not the rise of, the dawn of. He's typing to me. Okay, so maybe it was just called Planet of the Apes. That's probably what he's trying to tell me. So funny. It's just Planet of the Apes 2001. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Terry. Okay, wait a minute. Now, let me put that in. Planet of the Apes music, Planet of the Apes 2001. Okay. Okay. Yeah, he said it was just called that. Yeah. Never mind. No, I want it. Here it is. Planet of the Apes soundtrack. Okay, I'm only going to play a second. So it's just Planet of the Apes soundtrack, I guess. Uh-oh, I turned my phone off. Hang on, guys. All right, let's see. Come on, opening theme. Maybe that. This is it. Yeah, just look up Planet of the Apes opening theme. Okay, that's it. Okay, so I'm not going to play anymore until after the show. But look up Planet of the Apes opening themes. That was so simple. I was trying to make it more complicated. I don't know who wrote the music, Denise. Don't make me look it up. Go look it up. But it's awesome. The music is awesome from the opening theme, okay? And all of you watching the recording, trust me, by the time you watch the recording, I will have known who did it. Okay, and good morning, by the way, Denise. Girls. Oh, Terry, never mind. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so there we go. There's a start for that page. I just blacked this out. I think that really stars would look good on here, on the outer side of this. Like, where's that fluffy brush? Hang on, where's my fluff brush here? A little more water. I have to add some more, get me some more white paint out. So, yeah, what I think is like on the outer edge here. There we go. Now let's get them out of the middle here. Oh, I like that little bit of swirl right there. Like a light rim, like that rim is continuing over. Let's see if I can do this here. All right, now let me feather that out. I kind of like that little wavy bit to it. Almost like a glow. Okay, I'm going to leave that. Prisma. Prisma says, can anyone shed light on who did costumes and makeup? Girl. Danny Elfman wrote the music. Okay, thank you, Denise. See, I knew. These girls are like snapping turtles, I tell you. Snapping turtles. Right on it. You've known him since Edward Scissorhands? Okay, so I just couldn't remember. Guys, it was 2001 when the movie came out. Excuse me. Okay, down here I want a little bit of a planet. All right, let me see here. Y'all are all so fun, I'll tell ya. You guys are so fun. Is that dry enough to put one on here? This is paint. The reason I can do the pencil here, right here it's still slick. So the pencil won't work there. But down here is where I got the paint. So I can do this. uh, we'll put us a nice little planet down here. You girls are so fun. Something like that. We'll just leave it. Okay. All right, let's keep rolling here. I was just flipping through the book and seeing what we could find. See, look how fun. Oh my gosh, every page I want to put a swirl. Every page I want to, let's go this way, fat and then thin. My paint's watered down. Hang on, I'm going to have to get some paint out. Because right here in the ditch, I have to get with a brush. Because my finger won't fit down in there. I'm going to write a whole sci-fi story based on this abandoned book. Wouldn't that be cool? Okay, let's keep rolling. See, every bit of this is just potential. Oh, look at this. Oh, baby. I need more white paint. Do I want to try it with the brush first? Let's see. Maybe. Keep it going parallel here. I think I almost want this misty. I think I want that mist to come out of there. All right, let me get this layer down because it's slick paper, so I got to get a layer of paint down. And then I can go back on top of it with the white and light blue. And then it'll be real misty in here. A little bit more All right, let me dry that, and then I'll put some more on. Someone grab Dee Dee a paper bag to bring. I get excited. All right, now let's get the white, mash it in. Here we go. Let's see here. I'm gonna have to get the brush to get down in the. Sounds like the mother. Some pages just go, ooh, ooh, let's play on that one. All right, now let's get the brush. I really want it more like ethereal, a little bit more cloud-like here. Just a little bit more. No, that's too much, because I want it to look like it's coming out the door there. All right, now let me get my brush here. See, this is why I say if I was a digi artist, I could do all this in so fast. You know, indigity. I'm indigenous. With digi, you know. I don't know. It's fun to do it in paint, so. Let's do that. Eileen could probably whip this out in 5 minutes. Maybe something like that. Okay. Amazeballs. I don't know, Terry. This one, I see what the flaws are in it to me. Like right here, that's too much of a tangent thing going on right here. But it's tricky right in the ditch of the book. You know, it's tricky to do any kind of straight lines cutting across and have it not look. I don't know. Maybe I just need to bring this down more. Okay. Oh, one more here. No, I don't like that crossing over that one. Okay, I'm going to stop. I can come back to it. I don't want to overdo it. All right, let's dry it. So it needs something else in here. It needs some collagey bits. Right in here. Too much coming out there. Yeah, see that's the thing about I'd love to learn digi, but when I set my mind to learn something, I don't like to do it halfway. And I know how time consuming the learning curve would be, and that would mean like stopping everything else I do to learn digi. Maybe sometime I might do that, you know, but I'm not ready to stop doing everything I do to learn Digi. To because it's got a learning curve. And when I mean, I've done Photoshop and Elements and a little bit of stuff with photos, but like trying to create this from nothing, I would love to be able to do that, but I don't have I don't have the skills to do that right now. I mean, I'm not saying I couldn't learn it, but again, it's the time it would take away from everything else to learn it, you know? Yeah. Yeah, you have to commit to a lot of time on a learning curve. Exactly, Terry. I'd love to be able to do it. But in the meantime, I'll just say, Eileen, can you put this in? Hey, Sandra, good to see you. Did I see you stream the other day? You back to streaming, girl? I hope so. I want to dry this well because if I don't, the next time I open this book, it's going to tear right there. Hello, Ray. Okay, so let's just keep rolling. So, yeah, we're just playing. Okay, I have a little bit of something sticky up here. See where it kind of did that right there? It's because I had some matte medium or something got there. And so I'll just paint over it, but, just saying. And then these kind of pages that are real detailed. Here's like a living room. And now look, here's the thing about this. This is in Belgium. If anybody's watching in Belgium, go find this house and go get all those books for me, will ya? Look, who wouldn't want all those books? And I've seen abandoned libraries, abandoned schools with just books scattered all over the place. Anyway, recycle, people, recycle. We visited this derelict house late in 2015 during the second of our twice yearly trip to Europe. This particular trip resulted in us visiting a higher proportion of residential houses and farms than on previous trips. Having just moved on from the first rather disappointing location of the day to a much smaller and totally wrecked cottage, our hopes were high that the next, a larger townhouse, would deliver much more worth photographing. After parking in a lane, we made our way across fields toward the back of the house, doing our best to avoid being seen by anyone at the nearby farmer's market. Climbing over the fence into the field that bordered an overgrown back garden, I received a hefty jolt to my thigh from an electric fence and spent the first 20 minutes in the house nursing a sore muscle. Okay, so this does belong to somebody. Granted, whoever owns this, please go get those books. Very funny, Prisma. I'm not going to repeat that, Prisma. Um, it's an abandoned house. Somebody, probably a family member or something. But go in there, grab this stuff. Go sell those books. Go sell those books. Anyway, you could paint out this whole top part. Like, okay, well, I'm not really. This one, I'd want to spend a lot of time on. I'd want to paint this black, put stars up here, and then go in here with different color Poscas. And this is where you can go in here with your Posca paint pens and do details. So I'm not going to do that right now, but this kind of a page is where you want to fiddle. Fiddle. So I'm going to just keep flipping. A lot of pages in this book and in a couple, well, I have 3 that I'm working on. All right, look at this. Look at this abandoned chandelier. Now, I would paint this all out on the edges, but watch this. Oh my gosh. Look at this, people. Look at this. Wait for it. Wait for it. I keep washing my hands and then picking up more. Okay, wait. Maybe I should do this with the brush first. But we'll start here. kind of smoothing it out with my finger. Okay, that one's too big. There we go. Shh, shh, shh. Okay, I do need a brush. And then down here on the bottom, something like that. Isn't that cool? I know. Seems like I'm missing one somewhere. Maybe one's just broken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 8. Might be one on the back side. There we go. Just leave it at that. Okay, let's try it. Y'all like it? Oh. See what a baby wipe and a little white paint can do? Oh, good. Welcome from London, Ellie. What do you want us to call you? Eleni? Eleni? Maybe you could put it phonetically. Or I'm going to call you Zany. I'm going to call you Zany. Zany from London. Is it Ellery? It's an N. Eleni? Eleni Zany. I like Zany. I'm going with Zany, people. I'm going with Zany. Okay, so we're just working it. If you're just joining us, I'm playing in Forgotten Heritage. This is just used here to, I should just turn over. This is just propping up the book because the book is, quite thick. Okay, so let me just kind of flip through what we got played with today. Dangerous. Keep out. So nothing over on that one. We could do, again, we've done this one a lot though, but let's do it one more time. More mist. And maybe coming down, let's see here. This really needs to be done with the brush, but, and then let's see, how do I want to do this? Coming in the window or out, out the door, in the door. Let's see. Something like that. And then I'll take the brush. Let me pour out a little bit more white paint. Looks like it's hopping. That didn't really work like I thought it was going to be. Let me take that off. Let's erase it. And maybe instead of coming down the stairs like that, coming in the window. Let's see here. Something like this. Okay, I need the baby wipe again. What do y'all think? Is that too much? You're welcome. Hey, Kenny, thank you. All right, so I'm going to leave that for now. I don't know where it's going, but... No, don't need that coming around the banister. Okay, let's just dry it. That's what you might think it is. How do you know that's what I think it is? I might think it's something totally different. Okay, so let's keep flipping where we've been through here. We've done this one. This one I haven't done anything to. This one we did this morning. This was just white page, so we just took the cloud inspiration here and carried it over to here and made it rain and water and splash up on these old satellite dishes. Okay, this one we did. Little star chamber. Haven't done anything on this. I'm just flipping, guys. We have lots of pages to do. This one is probably the least worked in book of all. Okay, we did this. We put stars here. And this coming through here. Hey, Janet. And then just did that. Nothing on these. Did this. I'm going to have to splash this or something, or fog it up a little more. Did this one. I think that's where we left off. But on some of these that are like have little detail, or even something like this, take your Poscas. I'm going to take black here, and I could do with paint too, okay? I mean, I could do with just regular acrylic paint and a brush. But you can get, nice details with your Posca. And all it is paint and a pen. And I'm not adding any collage. Usually I'd be adding collage. Like I think right here, it would look awesome to have a watch right here or a watch right here. Like, let me grab one. See if I can put my hands on one real quick. Let's see. That one might be too big. Let's see. What about this one maybe? Where's my scissors? Like this. And then watch hands coming out. Know what I mean, Vern? Something like that. And then the watch hands. I'm just going to tack it down. That's what we've been doing. When I find something, I've just been tacking it down with a glue stick and then coming back later. Like that. And then, where's my white one? Then after I glue it, and I'd probably white some of this out, put some color in there, maybe that color. Then could have the watch hands coming out like this. I can't do it sideways. I have to have a straight. Let's get the excess paint off. Like that. A shooting star in there. Something like that. Something like that. But that's what's fun about the little buildings, or where you have detail like this. You can go in there and play with your paint pens. Poscas and all different colors. You know, like there's a little yellow bit right there. Let's just exaggerate that on the door. Maybe leave that little green sign showing. Something like this. And again, if you like Kathy mentioned earlier about gardening books, you know, I'd like a gardening book, you know, if it had like doors, windows, gates, walls, and that kind of thing. But, you know, if you like just all flowers, you can do the same kind of thing with your plants or animals or whatever you like in your altered book. But it has to be a book you're going to enjoy, because if you don't like the imagery, you're not going to stick with the book. Okay, so I'm not liking the way that bush there. There we go, that's better. There's a little tree right there. Just trying to, it's too much, something like that. Okay. All right, let's keep flipping. Let me go ahead and just do some flips first, and you know, I'll where's let me get a post-it notes if I want to go back to it, because I want to get through a flip. Hey, Aaron. All right. See, like this, light coming right down here. See, I said I wasn't going to do this. I can't do it. I can't not. Hey, Suzanne, this one's the Forgotten Heritage, the one Eileen sent me. I've just been bouncing around in it this morning. See, if I don't make sure it's dry, it'll stick. Whoops, I just smeared it. I just smeared that. There we go. Beam me up, Daddy. So yeah, the only things that we've got done so far, let me review. Dangerous site, keep out. We did this one. I'm just going to quickly flip. Nothing on there. We did this one this morning. This one. Nothing there. Nothing there. We did this one. This, a little bit on this one. Nothing. This one. Something's got to go here. Something has got to go right there. And let's see. This one with the chandelier. We put some light there. A little bit here. A little bit there. Okay, so we're going to keep flipping here. This one is one we've done. We did this one a couple months ago, I think. And it's got collage and paint. And it was a, 2-3 hour process. So here's where I've just got this little bit of just tack down. I think I want that there because it kind of, this paper just all kind of flows to me. This piece right here, I want to turn that into one big thing. So I have a lot of little bits stuck down. This one's done. This was the first page we did in this book. And again, it was a couple hours. You like the sound effects. Okay, so here is some bits. See, they're just kind of tacked down. Nothing here. Some more little collage, you know. I did paint this in just to show how you connect your collage pieces. See, this will connect to this. Now there's no white or, you know, mist or anything here yet, but I made this arch to emulate this arch, and then put a piece of watch in there, and this is all going to flow like maybe water will all flow over this, and maybe this will come down here and flow over there. I don't know. That's as far as we got on that one. Nothing here, but again, this would be so easy just you know, it needs to curve more though. Like this. And again, I would paint these white sides out and make them either, you know, flow exactly with this, which is really not that hard. It's not that hard. Where's my black? Did I have black on here? I think here. No, that's blue. Maybe black's over here. Where do I do my black? Maybe I used all the black up. Maybe I didn't put any out. That's probably a good color to start with anyway. And then some gray. Do all this before, really. You want to do this before you do the white, but let's put a little darker in there. It has to set because it needs 2 coats. Even maybe this would be a cool checkerboard floor. Like a, you know, giant chessboard. Let's see here. I might stop and play a little on this one. And then this would be black, I'm thinking. Or dark brown. Or I can just continue the black here. And it take a couple coats to match it. All right, so let's dry this. See, you're making up stories. That's good. Now, I would have to have a ruler for a checkerboard. Hang on. Let's see here. And going over this acrylic paint is probably going to jack up my Posca. Just saying. Alrighty. I should probably do it with a ballpoint pen instead of this, to tell you the truth. Okay, hang on. Let me just do a little work here. I'm going to do a little work. A little work. because I'm going to have the checkerboard creeping up the wall. Okay, so hang on. I don't know if this is interesting to anybody. I'm just showing y'all some, you know, it's kind of how my mind rolls when I'm doing these things. All right. I want to end right there. Do I want this all the way over or end right there? Probably best to end right there. Okay. I think I'll just do bits of it. Okay, so hang on. Small here. See, this pin's not going to work on top here. I mean, I'm going to ruin it is what I'm going to do with all the paint on here, the acrylic paint on the piece. I don't really want to ruin my Posca. I'll just do a section here. Keep cleaning it off. Because what I'm doing is I'm picking up the acrylic paint right here. My head's sticking under there. Okay, but what I want to do here now is from here's the center. Oops, I should be using a metal ruler too, so I'm not dragging. I'm just going to do a little bit, because this is going to be covered up right here. And then what and then what's going to happen is I want this to be, let me just do a, I'm just going to do a little bit. I'm not going to do the whole thing because this literally will take hours. Let's do a couple close like that. And farther down. But it would be cool to have maybe a couple of chess pieces sitting on here. Oops. I don't know if I want, how far I want this to go down. But then just have it'd be like a checkerboard. And I could even just leave some of the blue. Let's do the black where it's far, far away. And then, see, coming up, oh, I should have done on this side, because this is the side with the creeping up the wall. Hang on. Just give you the idea. So the checkerboard's going up this side. You probably can't see it because it's so dark, but when I put the white in, I'll probably just have it kind of fade off into the window here. Anyway, I'll take more time when I do it. But just so y'all can kind of see where I'm going with it. Sort of, maybe. But it'd be a whole checkerboard. All this part. Because look at the ceiling. Look at the ceiling. See? See the ceiling? Maybe even a couple of, well, I really kind of want this to be a chessboard, so I wouldn't want the yellow in it. But you see the like Art Deco type style design in there. I should just be using paint on these larger areas. Save the Posca for tiny areas. Something like this. Anyway, there's the idea. All right, let's dry it and go to the next page. And all this, I'd have the little checkerboard going up the wall and then fading out into the floor. Kind of Alice in Wonderland like it-esque. Okay, so here's some more where I have bits kind of tacked down. I thought that this, this kind of bridge here, this whole thing kind of reminded me of a Ferris wheel. I'm going to tack that back down right here because that's where it'll end up eventually. See? And then this is a piece of water. This is another piece of a bridge. And just, make it all mesh. Thanks for who asked about the finesse. Oh. Eleni. Okay, Eleni. You're still zany to me. Okay. All right, let's keep rolling here. Let's see if there's anything else. I mean, there's lots of things. Okay, this one. We did this. What did we do this? Yeah, we did this one. This was the first one we did this morning before I hit record. We made a mermaid tail right there, and we talked about Xandra. And Xandra was here. I don't know if she still is. But like a mermaid right there. And then we did this like watery and misty stuff. Painted out the background here and carried that over. This one, before I hit record too, this was all you were inside the abandoned building, and see, I just tacked them down. You looked out these windows, and what I did is just cut out multiple things here and put them in the window. Here, this is the actual window. All the black is like the window. And then I just tacked all this down for now. I just thought that was kind of cool. All right, keep going. So I just love, all right, this tree right here. Look how that just fit perfectly. It'll be awesome when we paint that in. I died. Oh, I'm just playing in the abandoned books today. And I think, Terry, are you here? Let me look at this. No, that's in Belgium. This is like one of the, wait a minute. Okay, large tower via the platforms. I'm wondering if this is an abandoned nuclear something or not. But remember the abandoned, the one we watched, Terry, where the guy did the drum on the inside of the abandoned nuclear facility, and the echo of it made it was just awesome. Anyway, that just kind of reminded me of where they went, where he played the drum. Yeah. See? This is something different. This is in Belgium. I'm not sure what it is. But look how awesome, guys. I mean, look, it's just, you can't not play with this. I can't not play with this. I need more white paint. I don't know. I just can't not help it. I can't not help it. Yeah, that drum one episode, that was really awesome. It crusts up. I'm picking up the acrylic brushed down paint, so I gotta be. Okay, one more thing. Let's see. My water's so dirty. Too much. Let me splatter it up here. Just the littlest bit. There we go. All right, let's remove a couple of those. They're a little big. Something like that. I'm doing a stitching workshop next month called Urban Decay. Oh, awesome! Dot in UK is doing a stitching workshop next month called Urban Decay. You need to make sure you post us pictures, Dot. I know CB, doesn't she? CB goes, Dot, you do so many fun things. She does. So what I'd have this do is have like a concentration of stars right here and have them less and less as they go out here. Like that. Yeah, you do. You've got a lot of cool things to do there. When should we all come visit you, Dot? What's a good month? Yeah, CB goes, moving in with Dorothy. Look. Oh my gosh. See, this is the kind of place. Now, I don't know what this is, but it looked kind of like this. Now, this may be some kind of a grain thing. But the abandoned nuclear place that this guy went to, and he goes, he skateboards with his buds. And but he found one guy that uses one of these abandoned nuclear places, and it had a big opening in the ceiling like this. And he takes his big drum, one of those gong kind of drums, and he sets up in the middle of this place, and the reverberation and the echo in there is just amazing. And the show's called Abandoned, and I watch it on Vice Network. And right now there's not one on, but it usually comes on. Terry said a new one comes on October 31st, and it comes on Wednesday. And it's a 30-minute show, and they usually do two back to back. And sometime I think it's sometime around 1 Eastern. I gotta go wash my hands again. 1 Eastern here, and yeah, Terry watches it on not Netflix, but anyway, Terry watches it on something else. Yeah, it's Vice Network. Abandon is next Tuesday. I thought it was Wednesday for some reason, because I thought it was on the day I streamed. Maybe they changed the day, Terry, or maybe I was watching reruns on Wednesday. I don't know. Could be. But yeah, look for it. It's an awesome show. I recorded the one where he and another friend traveled from California to the whole Route 66. It was, oh, that one was a really good one. Okay, so here we go. Here's another little bit that I'm playing with here. Got a little thing there. And then this looks like a giant, that looks like wood. So this must be a propeller or something in a ship, maybe? See, I need to read this before I cover it up. But look how cool these are. I mean, even if you just played with your Posca pen. So get you a book. It doesn't have to be abandoned places. It could be old farmhouses. It could be a garden book with gates and doors and fences. It could, it can be anything. It could be all animals. It could be birds. It could, whatever kind of magazine, or I would recommend a book if you're going to do a whole book. Um, and find one that has, minimum amount of text, because otherwise, I mean, you don't have to white out the text, but if you want the whole book to be touched by you, it's just fun to play in a book. Find a book that is appealing to you. Next Tuesday. Okay, thanks. Direct TV. Terry watches on Direct TV. And it has Ghost Mall on after. Okay. He's done a couple of malls, abandoned malls, and what they do is the young people, and he's not. I mean, he's in his, like, he's probably close to 40, late 30s maybe. He grew up in the 80s, and anyway, he and his friends. There's some people that have actually turned old malls, abandoned churches, abandoned places into skateboard ramps and things. It's really cool. Okay, so I'm just going to keep flipping. Oh, look, there's Area 51. No, I'm just kidding. Post-its on the floor. So, anyway, I'm just going to keep flipping here, and then I'll get the other two books that I'm working on out, just so y'all can see them. See, look, this already looks like it needs a quick misting. And again, I would paint this whole page out and make it a 2-page spread. Okay, let's dry that and flip pages. It's a misty morning, yes. But you know, it doesn't have to be. All right, here, let me give you another example here. Let's go ahead and let me accent this just a little more because of what I'm going to put on top of it. Here, I'm going to show you something. Doesn't have to all be, you know, everybody's thinking, oh, it's a ghost, it's creepy, it's, you know, I mean, some of it could be. That's what I like about collage and mixed media, is it's your imagination. It's like what you see. And that's kind of like, you know, if you look at Salvador Dali, you know, he might have a title for some of his stuff, but, you know, it's what you see. It's left to your imagination. It's left to your visualization of what's there. So just hang on. Let me dry this and then hang on. I'm going to show you something here. It's going to be kind of cool, I think. I just got it in my head. Everything doesn't always work out, but... Terry, I think you're talking to Galena. I'm not going to say what I thought you said on recording, but I thought you were asking me something. You were talking to Galena. I think you can figure out what I mean. Yeah, somebody give Zany my email. Terry. Okay, so hang on, wait. Oh, wait, I got it. Oh man, I forgot I put everything in here. I'm gonna have to dig for a second. I wanted some collage bits, but I think they're all in this big box. Hang on, let's see if I can dig here for a minute. I might not be able to. I'm gonna set them to the side here. Hang on. Okay. Here we go. Now we're talking. Just a minute. It's going to take me a couple minutes. Give me a couple minutes and I'll read chat while I'm watching this. Terry. Yeah, I thought you were saying something else. Okay, hang on. I'm digging in my big box of collage here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This big box, it is like 8 inches deep. And I'm trying to find certain little things in here. Hang on, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Okay, because I know what I got a vision in my head. Maybe it should be on the other side. Maybe both. Maybe a little of both, I think. I think that might work. Okay, hang on. Wait for it, wait for it. I'm digging. Bye, Galena. Let us know when you find out. Okay? I need more, but I'm going to do a few just so you can see the vision. If you're watching the recording, just fast forward. These girls can't fast forward. All right, I think I got enough to show what I have in mind here. Okay, let's see. It's hard to pick that up off the bottom. Okay, I think that'll be enough. Just I can add more later. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. With some glue. Just a little glue. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. You still are there? Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Look. No particular order or anything. Let's get another bit of glue. Okay, maybe right there. Okay, there's my vision. Maybe just an extra little bit of, find what brush I want here. Oh, no, nope, nope, where's that other brush? Nope. Here. Just a little bit more definition. That's too thick. A little bit more definition. You like this, Daisy, Vicky? Oh, thanks. Okay, maybe a couple more swirly bits here. Somebody's tweeting me. Okay, something like that. I'll leave it at that. Okay. Yes, it's all the letters and numbers. They're all just floating around. And I just picked random ones out of the bottom of that box. That's all right, It could even use some like stamp ones. Like some that would be like almost, here, let me show you. Let's see, where's some numbers? Let me get one of my stamp sets out here. It has some numbers. That one's just letters and numbers. That one's too typed. I guess this one would be the best. So, and they're just in a little ammo cases. This was Paula's idea. Okay, so let's get maybe some stays on. Where's my stays on? I thought I had some stays on right here. Where'd the stays on go? Well, where'd it go? Here. Seems like I'm young. Oh, no, it's all right, Terry. You're a mod. You can do that. Okay, so. And again, I paint all this probably black around the edges here. But just take some random letters, like just, do a couple. Oops, got too thick. Uh-oh, too much ink. I wiped off my paint. Okay, so let's see. Maybe stays on. Or it's probably juicy and I just got too much. Light touch. I'm not a good stamper. There we go. Just pick some random letters. Maybe one or two of each, not too many of the same. Because you don't want to look like you're spelling anything. I mean, you could, but I'm just kind of trying to... I'll hold it up here in a minute. And then I'm tapping off the ink to clean off the stamp over here before I put it back in the little thing. And I have different fonts and things. I'm just using the one that's kind of the boldest one. Let's put a Z in there. A couple of Z's maybe. I need some numbers. There's no numbers in this set. Okay, let me get a different set. Maybe a bigger set. That's all letters too. I need some numbers. Let's see. Alright, let me go with this bigger set. This one's got bigger letters in it. No, yeah, it's got numbers. Okay, because I want a few numbers. Maybe a couple big letters, not too many. Have some upside down, right side up, because they're all flying through, right? All right, let's see. So it kind of looks kind of cool. Now you like it even more now with the stamping? Yeah. Okay, is that enough? Maybe need a couple large ones over here. Maybe a couple more letters. I'm going to have a tendency to overdo it if I'm not careful. Okay, that's all. Set the stays on aside. Okay, let's dry this. Thanks! Ooh, I like that. The mist code. I like that, Terry. Bam! Okay, so there's that. Got a little flashed out here. Maybe it's okay. Okay, now let's keep moving. Let's keep flipping. Abandoned churches. Well, that might be on someone's wall. I haven't read all the stories. Okay, here's some more where I've got little bits glued down or tacked down that I plan on using. Like this is like a path coming through here. And then there's the grasses here. So it'll be a whole little world there. Okay, let's see what else we got. Another piece of something. Gonna just keep flipping for a minute. We already did this another day. Again, little bits to incorporate. See how that matches up like that? This is what collage is awesome. I'll just take some white paint to show you. This is why collage is so cool. You just can't make this stuff up. It's just, it seems like so accidental and yet so perfect. You know? And then when I glue that down and turn this into a whole thing, I think most of that blue, that's kind of dried up. Let's see here. Let's put a dot of that down. And so you just blend that all together and make the world all cohesive. Make your world cohesive. It starts out, I still do I make it. Oh, thanks, Terry. Well, I work at it, and I don't say it's perfect, but it's something. You just gotta play. Don't be afraid to throw some paint on there and see what happens. But make sure you dry before you change the page, because you'll stick your pages together. Castles, more castles, and look at these doors. I love arches, doors, windows. It's all just so full of possibility. I mean, look at this right here. I mean, just if this is painted out black and then just have a road right there. Look at this. Subterranean reservoirs and cisterns. Ooh, fun. See, you just don't know what's coming through here. Thanks everybody for popping in though on this, just random day, random show, random stuff. Here's some more stuff we just kind of glued down to start. But aren't these books cool to work in? Look at this. I mean, it just makes me want to stop and work on every single one. Glued a couple of angels out of a calendar on here. And we'll probably have them have something, meeting. Hey, Terry. I hope I'm drawing these enough because I'll be sorry later. Okay, here's a bunch of fractals. And then this is a satellite dish. I guess an abandoned. But look how stinking cool is that. So I picked this fractal bit based on the colors. Look at the colors. This is the actual page here. There's nothing on this page right here. But look how these fractal bits just tie in together. Don't they just go? Let's take a moment, shall we? Look at those colors. They couldn't have matched those colors any better. Okay, here's some more little bits. See? This big flower. Well, it's a fractal with a flower. A flower fractal? But the colors, look. See? Some more of that fractal here. Just bits. Somebody painted the alien on a wall. That's on the wall. That's on the abandoned wall. But right here, this looks like it even could be steps going up this. One more big one here. Or a ladder. I gotta keep drying though. I don't want to forget to dry. It's fun. It's fun to take and this is an abandoned theme, but it's fun to take a book to alter. It can be any topic, any subject. It's just that something like this has got such variety, right? Such variety. Look. This is the Royal Hospital Haslar in Gosport, UK. For you girls in the UK. Somebody needs to go get that banister. Just saying. So much cool stuff is left. Just that banister. This says late in 2015, a researcher for a production company contacted me to discuss an idea for shooting a three-part pilot of short films on the United Kingdom's abandoned heritage. I had been approached by two other companies in the preceding months with similar ideas, but had declined based on how they wished to present the content. The difference this time would be that permission to film would be obtained and the focus would be on each location and its history. After agreeing to work with the company, I was tasked with securing three different and interesting locations. This made a refreshing change to shooting a location, having the owner on board and with the offer of a fee waiver greatly appreciated. We had Eric from the Haslar Heritage Group turn up on the day and show us around whilst giving a fascinating talk on the history of the building. I mean, I could read the whole thing. It's just all of it's interesting. Arriving at the front gate security office earlier Arriving at the front gate security office earlier than planned, we were waved through, shown where to park, and invited in for coffee while we waited for the rest of the crew to turn up. The conversation came around to warning us of a likely encounter we would have while on site. They call themselves Urbex, he said. Urbex? Like urban something? Urbex? He said. They travel down here from all over the country and try to get inside the buildings with their cameras. So it's my job to catch them and check them out. I don't understand it all personally. He has many amusing stories to tell about the never-ending battle of wills with the site's almost daily unofficial visitors. I guess they're people that just like to abandon urban and do photo shoots. Anyway, it's really interesting. Okay, I won't read the whole thing, but here maybe that's the fronts of it or something. I don't know. This all looks like part of the same building. But yeah, and then here's one in Belgium, another one in Belgium. But those ones that I watch, that Terry and I watch on Vice Network, Abandoned, the guy that goes skateboarding in them, they are like, I mean, I don't know. I'd be kind of afraid to go to some of these, there are some really bad places that they're abandoned in. Not all of them, but nobody really stops them when they're inside the buildings. There was one place where it was an outdoor, like an abandoned mall, and there was some like dips and there's some interesting skateboarding areas on the outside of this abandoned mall, and the city kept taking down what they were trying to do. I mean, it's not like, I think they used the city used the reasoning that if they were hurt, then they could sue the city. If they were hurt skateboarding on all these ramps and everything that they built. So, I mean, I can understand that, but at the same time, they were like making a place for them to, do something productive. Yeah, some of the places are really scary, aren't they, Terry? Yeah. But anyway, this one apparently is in Belgium. This is another ruined chateau in Belgium. Absolutely true, breathtaking, and historic location that stays in the memory long after you visit. This gloriously impressive ruin is hidden away in densely forested hills in a remote region of Belgium. Although still standing at the time of writing, there had been plans to demolish it for a considerable time, so it may no longer exist. Urban Explorers. Urban X. Okay, Urban Explorers. Thanks, CB. That makes sense. Yeah, Urban Explorers. Hi, Dee Dee, you're wearing the sock monkey hat. No, I'm not wearing the the sock hunky. I'm not wearing the sock monkey hat today, Kimberly. Oh, that's your favorite video? Oh, that's nice, Kimberly. I love the one Denise and I did probably 3 years ago. There's another one she and I did a couple years ago, but it's the oldest one, and I'm not sure, is that on YouTube? I think it's on YouTube. But I love that one of me and Denise when she was helping me sort through and throw things away. It had to be 4 years ago. That's one of my favorites. It's the only one I really go back and watch of my own videos. Sock hunky Matt, yeah. But anyway, so look at this. Isn't this awesome? And if it's out in the woods, that makes it even more like cool, creepy, right? And cool, abandoned. Having seen many images of this castle since the moment my interest in shooting abandoned heritage began, I knew I would end up there sooner or later. My moment came in the spring of 2013 on a trip where, for once, only two of our regular group could make it across the channel. My companion had been to the castle previously and was an excellent guide on how to approach it. After climbing the hill that ran alongside the estate, we branched off through the woods and quietly made our way along a small hunting trail. Though thick woodland undergrowth in the rough direction of the ruins. Through thick woodland undergrowth in the direction of the ruins. The undergrowth that now surrounds the site is so thick the building can only be seen when it is quite close by. In the years since it was last occupied, the castle has built up quite a reputation, drawing in photographers, artists, historians, romantics, campers, vandals, and Satanists, to name a few, from all around the world. Historically, the chateau has had quite a varied past. It was originally built in 1866 as a second home for a local family whose descendants still live in a neighboring chateau. The castle was designed by the English architect Edward Milner, who died before completion of the build. The project was taken over by a French architect, Pelchner, who oversaw its completion in 1907. The family used the new chateau as a summer residence until the outbreak of the Second World War. During the later stages of the war, the region experienced one of the most deadly battles of the whole conflict, the Battle of the Bulge, and it goes on for some history of the battles and things. Since this time of the war, the chateau has been at the mercy of the elements. The owner has on several occasions tried to find investors to bring the chateau back into use, but the cost involved having proved prohibitive, as it has now moved beyond the realm of being realistically salvageable. Due to the site becoming dangerous in an almost daily influx of explorers, the owner has requested permission to demolish the castle. The risk to health and safety has prompted the Belgian authorities to reject the building for special protection from demolition, and it now seems possible it may come down this year. And that was in 2013. So, you seen this one on YouTube, CB? So here again. Warning, the chateau is in an advanced state of decay and potentially a very dangerous place to explore. Visiting is not advised. But there's what it looks like. Isn't that cool? And you can't see it till you're like right up on it? I mean drones. We need more drones. Let's just drone and look for everything. Because you could probably find so many cool sites like this with drones flying over, woods and things. Beside the Battle of the Bulge of our midsection. Oh my goodness. As we continued through the trees, we passed a low raised enclosure. Overgrown with brambles and ferns and flanked by stone corner posts, it looked like it might have been a private cemetery. A short distance ahead of this first clue, the woods seemed noticeably darker, and after another few dozen steps, the solid bulk of a stone wall could be made out among the thick trees and bushes. I should read this at night, in the dark. Just a little light, like just, we could do this. Just have a little, we'll have a little light on it and read. This was my first sight of the castle structure. It emerged from the woods like a lost temple materializing from the jungle. This feeling of discovery added an element of magic to our visit. We approached a set of side buildings, which included the stable block, and there were many in very bad state. The roof had completely collapsed after a bad storm in 2006, and everything was in a bad state. Making our way around, we emerged from the rear gardens ahead, looking for a way into the main building. Many of the windows were just empty frames, and after a quick up and over, we were in. So they climbed in. Yeah, a lot of people use drones. Yeah, if y'all watch Josh Gates and the ones that you see on TV, they all have drones. But I'm talking about us ordinary folk. CP. Once inside the cat, is this interesting to you guys? I'm finding it fascinating. Look at the reflection in this puddle right here. Once inside, the castle did not disappoint. Though in a severe state of decay, its impressive architectural features could still be made out. It had once been such a majestic building, and standing within, surrounded by such beauty, reduced to chaos and rubble, gave us chills. Exploring the interior proved to be a tricky endeavor. It was still a fairly dangerous place to be. Many of the upper floors had collapsed after being weakened by rain. Where floors remained, there were many holes, and certain corridors were simply no-go areas. Despite the obstacles, the interior had many ways to reach the various wings. Certain parts required you to go down a set of stairs, traverse part of that floor, and then go back up another staircase. By using this technique, you could access parts of the building that at first seemed like they might have been cut off by a collapse. And it goes on to describe having explored as much of the interior we could. Without putting ourselves in too much danger, we headed outside. Another one of the golden rules, and not for fairly obvious reasons, is to have save the exterior shots until last. The open ground in front of the chateau provides some iconic imagery within its 56-meter-high central tower and neo-Gothic styling. Feeling inspired by such incredible beauty, we worked at capturing images of the building's stunning frontage before heading back to the car. Isn't that interesting? And then here's some of my bits that I want to, glue in. See, here's the, but look. See how I'm going to remake this beautiful chateau. Okay, let's go on. There's more. So here's another picture. Here's a close-up of it. Isn't that awesome? And abandoned coke works in Wales. This one's in Wales. Let me just read a little bit. I don't want to read too much, but I would sit and read to you guys all day long. This wasn't originally the site of a colliery that opened in 1909. It operated two shafts, Margaret and Mildred, at a depth of 285 meters. In 1947, the UK's coal industry was nationalised and the National Coal Board, NCB, took over the running of the plant. In 1986, the coal industry was sold off to a private enterprise, and names all the names of that, who took up the reins, ceased all mining activity to focus purely on coke production. The plant, and I'm thinking that they mean like something from coal. The coke, is that like the residue of the coal? What is the coke part of coal? I don't know. Leaving the coke ovens behind, we explored the southern end of the site. See, so something to do with coal, but I'm not sure exactly what they were using it. I mean, were using it as coal, or they were making the coal into something else? Box and spring quarries in Wiltshire, UK. But look, that's space to me. That's like a satellite right there. I gotta sneeze, guys, again. That's a satellite in space for me. Look, that's a satellite in space. All we need is a little astronaut coming out of there. Coming out of there. Okay. How are we doing on time? Let me check my time here, guys. Yeah, I got about 10 more minutes. I got about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes left on my, little less than 3 hours. Coke is coal with nearly all the impurities taken out. Ah, thank you. Okay. Look at this. Look at the little guy standing there. Okay, real quick, guys. This is when we got to do something with. Let's just take a little bit of our... We haven't stopped to do something for a minute. That's all it needed. Look. It's the fuel made from the coal rather than using the coal. Yeah, okay. Beat me up. Yeah. Could be down, Terry. Just got there. Look at this. See? Look. I mean, you just... Oh, I can't hardly not. This one almost needs purple, though. Purple, purple, purple. Where's my purple? Which purple do I want? This purple. Purple wave. It needs a dot of purple wave. And again, I would have, painted out all these, what do you call it, side bits here. See, look, isn't that just awesome? Okay, we're almost done with this book here. Maybe I'll have time to do the flip through the other two real quick, because I have more things done. I haven't done that much in this one, except what we did today. So let's go back to the beginning here where we kind of did a few things. Did this one this morning. Did this with the little star chamber. Oh, there's my mailman. He's not getting out to bringing me any boxes today. think I have anything ordered from Amazon. I love this one. This one was just like this one took like 2 minutes. Started this one. So we got a couple more we did. We did this one. Just a little bit of play. Started this one. This one. This one we had done previously. This was a couple months ago. And it's a completed page that took like a couple hours. Right? These right here were abandoned oil well, like oil containers. You know, those huge, big oil containers. And we turned them into spaceships. And then I think that's pretty much, I mean, there might have been a few other things that we diddled with a little bit here. This one, we did a little play here. So anyway, this one is The Forgotten Heritage. Eileen sent me this one. And whoops, oh, I got too much on the floor. Trip over everything in my own, trip over my own stuff. This one Connie sent me, Abandoned America, and it, let me move this one out of the way. This one is vertical, I mean horizontal, landscape. This one's landscape size. Oh, yay, Suzanne. Are you getting, what are you getting? Some new color books? What are you getting? We need to know. Just saying. We need to know, Suzanne. Hubster took and read this one before I started in it. So we did a little here. This one's in progress. Need to know what you're getting. This one's got some water running down the stairs. I'm just going to kind of flip. This one we started kind of painting out the background. I showed how, this is where, like, all that right there, that's with the Posca pen. And this right here, this is where you can take your Posca and, you know, play with your, you know, and almost like doodle on it instead of like collaging. Take your paint pens and doodle. Doodle on all the details. Hey, Tracy. I missed what Suzanne got. Did she say? Okay, the black paint's not dry yet, so I can't do this yet. So let me just keep flipping because we're going to run out of time. This one, the paint, it's blacked out, painted in the white here, reflection. And that can probably have a nice little streak going across it. That would be kind of cool. I'm just playing as we go, guys, as we go through the book. I forgot to re-show the one with the letters on it. The one we had all the floating letters in the other book. Somehow I missed re-showing that. Uh-oh, I picked up some paint right there. Let's move that. Uh-oh. Okay, now we really got to put this on here. Something like that. I need another baby white. If I don't dry it, the acrylic paint will stick. This one we started doing some doodles on with the Poscas. That one too. All right, let me just kind of flip to the pages that we've done. Here, this is blacked out and started playing with Posca. See, this is the kind, Terry, doesn't this look almost just like that church that they found abandoned? I think it was in Philadelphia. and they turned it into a skateboard place because it was, I mean, there was no roof to it. There was nothing left of it. You want to go in there and like be a picker, you know, pick the architectural elements, put a little bit of water running down there. And all these motorcycles, you know, you want to tell Frank and Mike to go here and get these. They're probably what they would call roach. That's how bad they are. But I bet there's some interesting, I mean, they probably could find some good, like, parts to their bikes, you know, to their motorcycles that they refurbish. Okay. I just painted a white circle right there. None of these have anything on them yet. I don't have a lot done. This one we have a show on. This is a 2-page spread here. And again, took 2 or 3 hours. It may have taken 2. I don't think we did it in 2 parts. I think we did it in 1 part. But so there's this one. And this has got collage bits. Like these leaves here. This is collage. This big leaf is collage. You know, so there's collage bits here too. Here's one we played with, I think, last time. Erasers. Oh, okay, so Suzanne's getting erasers. Oh, you're getting the carving tools. A leather journal with handmade paper. You need to learn how to stream, Suzanne. Make some videos. A pencil wrap, a pencil clutch, for large lead, a few other goodies like a 5-pound bag of gummy bears. So you can snack while you're playing with all your toys. Oh, Suzanne, that's awesome. That's awesome. I've painted that out right there. But again, look, I mean, I can't not add mist, and this would be another one where, oh, this would be a cool one, guys, where we did those letters, you know, where the little collage bit and the stamped bits. This would be cool. Do kind of the same thing here. But down here, have the words floating down. The letters, I mean, have the letters floating down like we did. Let me get that page back here, if I can find it real quick. And then, but have it spell something down here. That would be cool. Let me see if I can find the page here. I'm just going to try to flip and find. Here it is. And Terry called it the mist code. But look, see how we did just flying letters all over the place in this one? Well, we could do the same kind of thing here. Letters flittering down. Have letters flittering down, but it spells something. Yes. Loving that. Okay, let me dry this. Or have a pile of letters. That would be good too, Terry. A pile of letters. Or, you know what? See, now I want to finish this page and we're almost out of time. I got an idea for this page. I have an idea for this page. But I don't have time to do it. Okay, let me just make a note let me make a note. Where's my... Okay, I'm not going to show it to y'all because I'll do this another day. Okay? All right, so yeah, got plans for that one. Okay, let me put my note over there. Okay, this one we did, I think we did this one on a show. The ceiling with the stars reflected in the water on the floor. A pile of Reese's. Prisma, are you hungry, girl? Let's see what else we got done in here. Okay, this one's done. That was a double page spread. And we just played. Somebody painted some kind of a figure there, and they had their hand like this, so it had some like rays coming out of the hand. Just painted that in. There's just so much good stuff in these abandoned. But look at all this architecture. You just want to go in there and salvage. You know? Just want to go in there and salvage all this. This is St. Bonaventure Roman Catholic Church in Philadelphia. But look at this one. This is totally collapsed. This kind of does look like this might be the one where they went in there and redid that, Terry. It very well could be. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Oh, Barb's not streaming today? Is she okay? Here's where I started coloring in with the Posca. I left one there just so you could see what it looked like before. See? And then this is Posca paint pen. So it doesn't have to be black and white, it could be a color. This book is all in Philadelphia? I did not know that. I didn't know that. I mean, Philadelphia. We need to go salvage Philadelphia, Terry. Let's pack her up, girl. Let's pack her up and go. Although the only place I really wouldn't want to go is this one that's like, this is like, oh, it's a cotton mill or a clothing company, but there's like, you just know rats live in that pile of cotton. One stream a month? Oh, I did not know that. They're all in Pennsylvania. Okay, thanks, Terry. Look how pretty that blue is. This is the Lansdowne Theater. It opened in 1927. And if we end up cutting off, if you're watching this recording, if it just ends, it's because the time ended while I was reading. Okay. It opened in 1927 with a screening of the silent film Knockout Riley. The 1,358-seat theater designed by architect. Well, I don't want to get all the whole history of it. I want to just get down to where they went when they came here. The theater closed in 1987 following an electrical fire in the basement during a showing of the film Beverly Hills Cop 2. Attempts were made to reopen it, but ultimately it sat unused until the historic Lansdowne Theater Corporation purchased the property in 2007. Since then, the condition of the building has been stabilized, the marquee completely restored, and retail and office spaces fully leased. The exterior features in the popular film Silver Linings Playbook. Another film, The Dying of the Light, includes scenes where the projectors are put back into use after more than 20 years. Isn't that cool? The other one was a rug factory, Terry. Okay. Oh, thanks for putting the link into the book, Terry. I need to set up an Amazon affiliate, don't I? Prisma says, Dee, can you please incorporate a grilled cheese just once on one of my pages? Not a literal grilled cheese. I could paint a grilled cheese, Prisma. I'm not gluing a literal grill. I do not want bugs in my studio, just saying. I'm not gluing a real grilled cheese. And then I painted these little stars with from the glow. But look at this. Look at that ceiling. Kathy said her grandmother was the piano player for silent films. Oh, that's awesome, Cass. Yeah, I should, Daisy. I know. Let's see here. And then this, I did read some of this before. This was a lodge, like a vacation lodge. I've read some of that one before. So do I have anything else in here? I don't think I have any more in this one. Even started. So this is one Connie sent me, Abandoned America, The Age of Consequences, Matthew Christopher. So that's that one. Okay. And then this one, Abandoned Places. This one has my most in it. Let me back out one because of the format here. I think I have enough time just to kind of quickly show this. Because I do have a lot done in this one. I can stay longer if you want, guys. I'd have to start another part. And I will have to get a snack. I got so many projects to catch up on, though. I probably shouldn't have really even streamed today. But, you know, this one's been varnished. So you see how I varnished it after I finished it? So this is how, hopefully, when I finish the whole book, all the pages I will varnish. Sometimes I remember to do them as we go, but usually we run out of time and I don't have time to varnish them all. But I varnish them and I sign them. But this one is, this was an abandoned, like an alleyway or something. And I turned it into like, you know, this. So I'm going to quickly flip. Parts are done. Some pages are done, some are not. So, but I'm going to flip through. This one's got, you know, this particular book has more done in it than the other two. So, yeah. Some pages are more done than others. If it's completely finished, I'll tell you. If I don't say anything, then it's not completely done. I'm just flipping. Okay, this one's completely done. You want me to stay, Terry? Aw. Pretty much. Do you want to, are you going to stream, Janet? If I missed it, Janet, say it again. If you want to stream, that's great. But I missed you saying so. So tell me if you want to stream, Janet. That is perfectly fine. This one's done. It's not varnished yet, but it's completed. There's a video on this one. This one's done. No video. I just did this one on my own with the little details on the banisters. And again, the mist. I'm watching to see. This one's done. There's a video on it. This one's done. Thank you. Thank you, Zany. I'll continue to stream if Janet's not, but I'm off, you know, I want her. If she's already said she's going to, then I want to turn it over to her. This one's done. There's a video on that. This has just a piece stuck in there. No, you want me to stream longer because I want you to. It's all about. Janet. I don't mind staying longer. I don't mind. Um, I do have my Inktober almost done for today. So, oh, Janet was saying I need to stay because she wants me to, and it's only her opinion that matters. Oh, okay. So hang on, guys. Wait a minute. Okay, I'll continue this, and we'll go into a part two. Well, it may be a separate thing, but it just told me I have to save. So I'm going to save this video. Hang on, and I'll be right back.